is going on, God is determined to spill the tea so that you can have a clean leave and slate. Okay, so hi, my name is Cheyenne, also known as TheLighthouseSpeaks. I am a seer, a channel, a reader. I was like, a channel reader? What? And everything and nothing in between, and nothing at all. You know the gist. I hope you're doing well today. We're going to hop right into the message. So it doesn't seem like a reiteration of the last message, but almost like a continuation of the last message. Though there is some things that God's just like wanting to, I guess, repeat. Because there's some cycles closing out right now. So this whole thing going on, God keeps giving me these cards about these energy vampires, this two-faced person, because yes, there's people, but I'm really getting that this is about a relationship or a situationship that is going on. Someone that you trusted, someone that you thought was going to be in your life for a very long time, but they showed themselves to be untrustworthy. And I also heard unworthy of your time, your energy, 1, 2, 3 on the time, unworthy of everything that you possibly have to offer. And you have to offer a lot, okay? And you don't need to prove yourself or go into any relationships trying to prove yourself. These people need to start proving themselves to you. And this is a person that honestly may have ghosted you. There was like a little bit of a ghosting situation going on, or they weren't sure what the hell they wanted. They weren't sure, if they could provide for you in the ways that you needed. And this is someone that just kind of like leaves you on scene. And I'm getting that it's not just ghosting like physically, like text messages or anything like that. I'm also getting ghosting like emotionally. Like they left you on red emotionally when you had things to take care of. They suddenly weren't there, or they couldn't be there for you in the ways that you needed. Someone who I'm really just getting someone who just tries to like pretend that like everything's fine. Like you're clearly going through it, but they're hell bent on ignoring that and just trying to pretend that everything's fine, right? And so I'm getting that they just like kind of ignored like your emotional needs, your emotional security, what you needed to feel secure within the relationship or this situation, whatever was going on. And this is someone who couldn't commit, right? Someone, again, the whole trying to pretend everything's fine type thing, it's like on paper, they might sound good, or not even necessarily on paper, to be honest, but with you, but it's like they made themselves sound good and look good. And even with like other people, this may be someone who other people think that they're a nice person too, because they put up such a big facade. But there's a lot of red flags here. There's a lot of like misconception, I guess. I don't even know if that makes sense. But there's a lot of false narratives around who they actually are. Again, this is someone who is an energy vampire, and you haven't really been able to focus during that time, because this is something that you're ending, this is something you're closing the cycle on. So during that time, you weren't really able to focus on yourself. You weren't able to devote the time that you needed to yourself. So you're sitting there, you're giving this love and your natural born soul gifts to this person naturally. And they're just taking it. They're taking it. And they're taking your energy with it. So the energy that you needed to actually focus on your own priorities, your own career, or just like your self-love, your own healing, less energy was put towards that because you were too busy giving it to something else. This is someone with a two-faced energy. But I'm getting like you're going to be friend zoning this person too. It's almost like, that energy of like you let someone go and now they're just like, oh, but I don't really want that. Even though they couldn't decide on you. But all of it is like, it's hidden agendas though. Like, they're going to continue to try to take more of your energy and pretend that they can commit, pretend that they can become the person that you need. But in reality, they just like, they know you're getting that karma payback. They don't want to receive their karma. Also, first of all, they think that holding on to you is going to stop them from receiving the karma, from playing with your feelings, from playing with your time and your energy. And they think that holding on to you is going to stop that. But you're not interested in taking ownership of somebody else's karma or what they got going on. You're minding your own business because you have things to mind. You have business to focus on, and your business is elevating. Your life is elevating, your career, everything, your energy, your glow up. It's all elevating. You are elevating as a person, as an energy, as an entity at this point. And there's nothing that can stop that energy from coming. So even though they want to try to come back in and pretend that shit is sweet, you're going to be friend zoning them. You're going to be putting them in their place and honestly putting your boundaries up. It's not necessarily that you're putting your walls up walls up for them, yes. But when it comes to letting other love in, I see you being completely open to that. I see you still being open to it while understanding that you are the priority and God is the priority. And those two must come first. They go hand in hand. And if you don't feel secure within yourself first, within your life, your spirituality, your energy, your priorities, if you don't feel secure in that, you're not going to go trying to seek validation or security elsewhere. Because you understand that you are the biggest investment, period. So you're going to be speaking up about these things that you need. And you're going to say, you know what? Nah, we're going to go ahead and close out that chapter. Because I think I deserve better. I think I can get better. I know that I deserve and can get better. So we're not even going to play those games anymore. And so now they're like, oh shit. My karma's coming in. I won't be able to stop that. Maybe I can still try to get some energy from them, and it's just not going to work. It's just not going to work, honestly. And that's why God keeps reiterating this type of person, this toxic love and all the broken promises. God doesn't want you to forget all the broken promises they made. So however sweet they try to make this shit right now, however sweet they try to make it, please do not remember that they were love bombing you from the get-go. Please do not forget that all of these things, that when you needed something, when you wanted something, they weren't there. But if they wanted something, if they needed something, you were there. As God's chosen one, as God's child, as God's natural love incarnate, you were there. But you're saying, I can be love incarnate and still have strong ass boundaries. Still tell you to stay the fuck away from me. Because being love incarnate doesn't mean you have to give it to everyone. In fact, giving it to everyone is going to completely deplete that love from your soul, from your body, from your energy. But when you can harvest it, when you can honor it as the altar that it truly is, as you are the altar, the temple, that's when that love can become so big, it can expand, that you don't even have to give it out because you're naturally radiating it. It's radiating off of you. So it can naturally pour into other people's cup if you let it. Because you also have your shields up, your energetic shields, your boundaries, your protection. And God's not going to allow you to pour in energy into people that no longer deserve it or are hell-bent on disrespecting the energy that you give out. They wouldn't go to a god or a goddess and sit there and go against every single thing that they say is going to be disrespectful to them. They wouldn't sit there and do that, right? They wouldn't be disrespectful to them in any way because they know that the god, the goddess is going to rain down terror upon them. So why would they do it to you? Why would they not honor you? You're not dealing with that anymore because you see yourself for who you are. So yeah, divine intervention. God had to bring the hand down and say, you know what? No, absolutely the fuck not. Because do you know the kind of purpose that you're about to live? Do you know what you're stepping into right now? Do you know what doors are opening for you? You need to be able to see them clearly. Okay, you can't be driving with your windows all fogged up, with all this snow and particles and whatever dust on the windshield. How are you going to see? You're going to get into a wreck. You need clear windshields and clear skies to move forward. And you're done with people raining all over your parade. Okay, you're ascending now at this time. This is your glow up season. And when I tell you a glow up season, honestly, season means such a whole different meaning to me. Because when I say season, I really mean new reality. I mean, this is your reality. This is your glow up reality. Seasons don't stop for me. I mean, I'm sorry, but seasons do not stop, right? We still have seasons. We always will, as long as this earth is here. So, as far as I'm concerned, your glow up, your ascension is infinite. Your price being up is infinite. Your abundance is infinite. And we're not going to deny that. Okay? I'm also getting this blind date energy, right? Someone coming in. And right above that, we have secret admirer too. Someone who's been watching you, someone who's been liking what they see, someone who thinks you are all that, the restaurant, the earth, the universe. And they are ready to be pulled into your gravity. This is someone, like I'm seeing like matches, like dating matches, right? So this person is not going to be love bombing you. In fact, this person is going to come in, I'm seeing heavy, strong, but also will honor your boundaries. Also will honor and respect your time. Because they know that you are important. And you are important. They know that. There is no games to be played here. So they're not going to sit there and love bomb you. Quite the opposite. Actually, their love is very consistent. Because your worth has been consistent, so why wouldn't their love be? Right? So you have someone coming in that this person that you're closing the cycle on did not want you to come into contact with, did not want you to be with, but they're going to have to watch you do that. Again, I'm hearing that song, see you drive around town with the girl I love, and I'm like, forget you. Oh my God, the voice is coming out scratchy. But seriously, like they're going to have to see that. They're going to have to see you elevate. They're going to have to see you happy because they wanted to make you publicly sad. They wanted to publicly humiliate you and publicly bring you down. So now they have to publicly watch you elevate. They have to publicly watch you feel good, look good, smell good, be loved on good, experience good, all over. Your life has to be luxurious in front of all of the eyes of the people who didn't think that you would get it, who were trying so hard to make you believe that you were destined not to have it, but also all of the people who have been praying for your uprise, not your downfall, but your uprise. All of the people who love to see you win. So yes, it is going to be a worldwide success, a whirlwind of success. Because you deserve it. You are the type of love. You are love incarnate. We talked about this. So why would you as love incarnate not deserve it all? That is why you're getting the karmic payback, the cosmic payback. This one keeps coming up in about every reading, because it has to. You have to get it. It is a must. It is the earth's will. It is the divine will for you to receive. not only all that you have put out there, but all that you are as an energy. Okay? And I'm not talking about all that you are, you know, in this, how can I say, in this earth, but you as an energy. You are an infinite source of energy. So I want you to understand that you are more and deeper than just material or surface level things or surface level energies. You are deeper than that. So that is why you are receiving this cosmic payback for all that you are as an energy. You have been here too long. You have worked for too long. You have loved for too long. But you're about to love for even longer because you deserve to. And while you're loving for even longer, you will absolutely be loved. Not to the nines, not to the thousands, but infinitely, as you deserve. Okay? And yes, it will be shocking news to people. They will not believe, oh my God, what? Just yesterday she was doing this. Just yesterday he was doing that. He was there. She was there. But now here you are. Overnight success, it really is something that has been accumulating. Something that is the culmination of your work, your energy, your love, your light, your shadow work. And they're going to see it. And you're going to feel and know and understand that you have won the lottery at life. Not just money that you can blow through, not just money that you can invest in, but wealth on all fronts of your life, because again, that is what you deserve. Now, let's get into some of these other cards. I'm actually make some space here. I'm so happy. I'm so happy because really, you deserve it. You really do. Whoa, I just heard like a wind blowing in my right ear. Change. Wind is change. The right side is how you show up in the world. Again, yes. Okay. So, well, that's confirmation, physical confirmation. And I can like feel it now. It's almost like it's getting like hot. It's getting hot right now. So the cards that came out on my Goddess of Love Tarot. We have the Four of Swords on the top of the deck. Witch of Cups, Queen of Cups, Crone of Cups, and Ace of Swords. Let's go ahead and read some of these. Let's start with the Four of Swords. Actually, no, I'm going to start with the Ace. Okay, the Ace of Swords reflects the winds of... No way, can y'all see this? Oh my God, I don't even know. It literally says, the Ace of Swords reflects the winds of change blowing through your soul a moment before a rebirth. Why? Why did I feel called to go there? I mean, I know why, but that is absolutely crazy. It demonstrates the potential of stepping into a new way of being, one that is aligned with mind and heart. Because your mind creates your worldview, it can be easy to not take responsibility for your perspective. But the veil is being swept away so you can see and embody the truth. When it comes to matters of the heart, your patterns and unconscious decisions can feel overwhelming. You're already beginning the work of undoing this, banishing old patterns with a magnetizing spell of enchantment and love. So what do we talk about? You were closing out these cycles. You're already doing the work of doing this. Already doing the work of doing this. Wow. This is an invitation to trust your mind. The wisdom of the swords comes with knowing how to wield them. So use their blades to rid yourself of what you no longer need as you move into new cycles of the erotic and the sensual, allowing yourself to make love to life and for life to make love to you. Okay, yes. Affirmation. I step into a new paradigm aligned with heart and mind. That is beautiful. You know, before I started this reading, I started off with a prayer and asked for God to really show us the sword of truth. So the fact that Ace of Swords came out and Four of Swords came out was already very divine. Trusting your mind, an invitation to trust your mind. So the truth has been shown, right? Again, we talked about at the beginning of this reading that God really wanted you to see all of this, to not forget it, so that you could move forward with a clear slate, a clean slate. So now that you have the truth, knowing how to use that truth in your favor, knowing how to, like, okay, like I'm literally hearing someone be like, oh, I bet, like, bet. Now I'm going to go ahead and use this. Like, now I'm going to go ahead and, with what you just did, I'm going to use that in my favor. Matter of fact, what you just told me against me, I'm going to go ahead and do the opposite and affirm in my favor. What you just tried to make me feel bad about, I am now going to focus on that very thing as my power, my source of light, and the very thing that magnetizes the blessings and the people and the places that I want to align with in my life. How are you going to wield that truth that you are now given? What are you going to focus on? I have a very big feeling it is yourself, because you quite literally are the key, the biggest investment. That's why you're closing out these cycles, because they really keep trying to stop you from entering this timeline of abundance. But you've always been in a timeline of abundance. So what do they think for real? They thought they was going to stop you? God's child, for real. They thought that they had any type of power or sway over God's hands, over how divine you are. They thought that the things that you were going through were things to make fun of, right? Like all the low periods of your life, all the stagnancy. They thought that those were things to make fun of and rag on you for. In reality, those were the very foundations of your strength, of your power. In reality, all of those moments helped you to become the person that you are today. Helped you to see more clarity, more honesty. It helped to strengthen your intuition. It strengthened the very powers that you use that makes you bank today and will continue to make you bank. See, they go through things like that. They go through the muck and they're like, oh, this is just a low period. They don't know how to use it. They don't know how to alchemize it like you do. So of course, the second that you're down, they think it's something to laugh at. They want to go ahead and step on your hands while you're sitting there hanging off the building. They don't know that God will always place a trampoline right there. Some extra pillows, some extra blankets, some extra feathers. They don't know that God won't even let you land hard for real. He will always guide you and make you float. Yeah, they didn't know that you had all of that power. So what did they really think was going to happen when they decided that they were going to interrupt your flow, your divinity? They thought that it was just going to diminish? Energy doesn't die, baby. It transforms. And you know how to transform. You know how to alchemize into power, into pleasure, into divinity. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Don't be mad at me. Don't shoot the messenger. What did they think was going to happen? Four of Swords. Astrological correspondence, Jupiter and Libra. I felt called to say that because maybe some Libra placements are very significant. And also, blessings from Saturn and Jupiter keep coming up, and I finally figured out why it keeps coming up in my reading the other day. Or, well, yesterday. Days feel like different time zones to me, to be honest with you. But I'm feeling like those signs are significant. Okay. The swords peel back perception to reveal the truth. This can be daunting and scary, and if you don't take the time to listen, then you are faced with the power of the blade. Get your ducks in order and meditate on what you want before a big battle. This integration, this stillness, seems to go against the phallic and action-oriented nature of this suit. But taking time to slow down and listen is critical. In the territory of the heart, it's key to listen to your body. But if your mind is racing, if the old patterns keep surfacing, if anxiety or obsession takes the forefront, then it's not as easy to be in the flesh. Lean into practices that calm and soothe your mind. Breath work, journaling, affirmations, and most of all, meditation. Just a reminder that meditation is what you make it. It doesn't necessarily have to be sitting down in complete stillness with your eyes closed, especially if you are someone who has children, someone who is running on already like limited time in their reality. Not that your time has to be limited, but you know, you're trying to make everything work. You're trying to find balance in your life. Meditation can literally be anything that you make it. You can turn some frequencies on, you know, because frequencies by themselves already shift an environment. That's why I like creating subliminals, because they shift an environment. They also shift your mindset. They shift your brain waves, your subconscious reality while you're listening to them. So even if you were just listening to that while you were doing something, washing clothes, that in itself could be a meditation, because your subconscious is naturally going to work and think while you're doing something. You don't necessarily have to be doing that. But even in this period of closing out this cycle and closing the door on these things, whether it be from a living situation or just a relationship and a situationship, as you're focusing on yourself, take time to be in the flow. Take time to still rest and receive. Because you've already, like, here's the thing about you. You've been in the flow, like, this entire time. Times where you will, even when you think you fell off or you were just, like, taking too much time to rest, like, that was still you being in the flow. Even when you thought that things weren't working out for you and you were freaking the hell out and you were hella anxious, things were still in the flow for you because you were allowing yourself to just be a human being. That's still you being in the flow. So take that time to still rest, to still take care of yourself. I think we had, like a Kazini in Capricorn the other day. Was it the other day? Was it yesterday? It was some 9th? Yes, it was yesterday. And I just, like, took time to just, like, rest and just chill the hell out. And since it was, like, a nice Friday and beautiful day connected to Venus as well, I just took the time to do a rice face mask and do some face steaming. And honestly, you do not need to go ahead and buy all of them fancy. You can surely, yes, do that. Hell yeah. I'm just saying, like, if you're in a position where you don't have that, don't deny yourself of the pleasure, because you can always find a way to be resourceful. And also, Caribbean, African, native here, okay? So I'm used to taking that pot, all right, letting that water boil, taking your towel, putting your face over. So that was a nice steaming session that I had, face steaming, and my skin just looked so amazing right after. And even when I woke up today, it was just still glowing, still shining, still moisturized. I was absolutely amazed. So yeah, just taking time to like rest and chill and pour luxury back into yourself, whichever way you find luxury to be, because luxury means differently to everybody, but still finding time, that balance to take care of yourself and allow yourself to continue being aflow. Even if you freak out, you can still come back to center. You can still get back into that breath work, that meditation, just your natural flow and way of being. Because as you naturally just do this, everything's going to come. The ideas, the billion-dollar ideas, the billion-dollar businesses, the billion-dollar partnerships, the connections. The more that you are in flow, that's what God wants. Because those people didn't want you to be in flow. The ex-partnerships and ex-situationships, they were trying to take you out of your flow, right? So the more that you're in your flow and just resting, just being, just actually allowing yourself to take aligned action, and you may be creating, you may be working, but you're still in the flow. That's when all of these things come. That's when all of these things are coming through. And like I channeled before, I'm really seeing that these things are starting to come in all at once. You deserve it. You really do. Okay, we have Crone of Cups, Queen of Cups, and Witch of Cups. Let me see those. And then I think I'm just going to go ahead and do like a little tarot book divination. Cups, cups, cups. What? I'm a little teacup. What? Why was that playing in my head? Okay. Yes, we have Queen of Cups. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start with the Queen of Cups since I'm here. Elemental correspondence, water of water. The Queen of Cups is the goddess of love. Like all the queens in the tarot, she corresponds to elemental water, to intuition, feeling, and healing, to the heart. I have to stop this for a minute because I'm getting something coming through. Olokun, the Orisha of deep waters, coming through right now, just to tell you that you are the altar, and you can connect with them in simple ways just by speaking into your water, because they are connected to all bodies, even just the tiniest droplets of water. And when you speak those blessings into your water, you are connecting with them, you're connecting to that source. And you'll be surprised at how well they want to work with you, or how much they want to work with you right now. She corresponds to the elemental water, to intuition, feeling, and healing, to the heart, and to the ways you bloom like a rose if you're devoted to love. Cups are also associated with water, and this queen's entire self flows in the unyielding currents of the heart. The goddess is holding you close, tending to your wounds, and reminding you that even though love brings the potential for hurt and pain, it's imperative that you open yourself up anyway. That's funny because we talked about that. Like, I saw you still opening yourself up to love with discernment, with boundaries, but still opening yourself up. The Queen of Cups is totally guided by her heart. This doesn't mean that she ignores her head, but that she allows her instinct to have the final word. Ooh, I love that. Embody her energy of seeing all life as an offering from the goddess of love. Take it into your work, your platonic and romantic relationships, and your spiritual and magical practice. Trust in her, and turn to those who live in this current for support and guidance. Affirmation. I am an embodiment of the goddess of love. I live in her current. That is so beautiful. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you have goddesses right now trying to work with you. It may not even be just Olokun right now. It's also other gods, goddesses, love goddesses, Aphrodite, Oshun. Goddesses that really want to work with you right now. I'm hearing Athena as well. Isis. That really just want to work with you. to help you through this healing process, because they're wanting to remind you that you don't have to go through it alone either. Like, you're closing out this major cycle. And even if you have physical people around you that you can lean in for support, understand that you also have that unseen force with you, and don't be afraid to use them. You have both dark and light forces that want to help you. Do not be afraid of the power that you wield and hold. They want to help you. They want to be with you and move through this timeline, this process, this transition with you. They have gifts to give you. You have gifts to give them. You think that this is one way? I promise you, by honoring yourself as the altar, your body as the altar, you are honoring them in so many ways that you don't even understand, that we don't even understand. Let's go. Ooh, Crone of Cups was actually right next to it. It's as the King of Cups, and its elemental correspondence, Fire of Water. Okay, I just want to make sure. No one embodies wisdom and lived experience quite like the Crones, and we can all use more of that in our lives. There's a special power to the Crone of Cups, whose experiences of love are vast and many. She has formed a nourishing and nurturing relationship with her heart, and distilled this into crystalline guidance on her journey. Turn inward and listen to your heart first and foremost before making a decision. So we have that again, right? This last one, the Queen of Cups, talked about her trusting her instinct to have the final word. And this one again talks about trusting, listening to your heart first and foremost before making a decision, right? I just made is this looping to the short I just did? Okay, I just did a short earlier, and it was a channeled message, and it was about how logic isn't even reality. It's not even real, because logic is based off of past experiences and things that we think are possible. So it's only a ceiling. Logic will always have a ceiling, because we're not even fully capable. But we're not even fully knowing what we're capable of. We haven't learned yet. We haven't put ourselves in that new experience yet. And how many times have we said, I don't know if this is going to work out. I don't know if I could do this. And then we do it, and it works out. And it creates a new pathway, neurological pathway in your brain, a new experience. Now you understand, you've built trust in yourself that you can do it. And so I'm getting that logic right now. Yes, you can be logical in a way, and I'm not saying to ignore that logic completely, just like it said here, but also understanding that you can create your own ceiling. It also, the cards also mention that as well, that your mind creates your reality. You can create your own ceiling if you choose to have one. You could be like, I don't have no ceiling. I don't got that. I don't know limits. What is that? Limits, who is she? I know who I am, and I don't have limits, right? You could be like that. So you create your own reality, but trusting in what you know that you can create within yourself. And that's going to come from your heart, the highest vibrational organ in your body. That's going to come from your gut, that inner knowing. It's going to come from within, not from any outside force, any outside thought, or what you can even think is possible. The Crones also represent legacy, ancestry, and family. They are the holders of the lineage. And when this card emerges, turn to those in your life who can support you through the trials and tribulations of the heart. This may mean someone in the material realm, like a grandmother, friend, lover, or teacher. But it's also a chance to wander into the watery realm of the astral for teachings. Wow, yeah. So now, you don't just have the gods and goddesses trying to work with you right now, but you are being reminded that your ancestors are here as well. Your female ancestors are helping you through this time, through finding love within yourself, through finding what love truly means to you, and allow that to be a lifelong process. Allow that to be filled with joy. Like, fill yourself with the audacity of knowing that you deserve love. And all of it. Wow. Yeah. You have them trying to help you right now. Where's the Witch of Cups? Oh, there we go. Knight of Cups. Okay. I'm still learning this. What they're like renamed after. Okay, elemental correspondence, air of water. The Witch of Cups is the love witch, whose chalice is filled with a couture potion for those who inspire and seduce her. She weaves spells through her flesh, heart, and body. She is a vision of love embodied, but she is not a passive force. Follow her quest for the holy grail of romantic and divine love with the flame of the goddess in your heart. You are being called forth to ride your golden horse. Wow, and is being a horse like a fire horse here? Okay. To turn your most divinely perverse fantasies into reality. I know that's right. Okay. This is a card of seduction and flirtation. So embrace the desires of your heart. Perhaps you know someone who is led by love in this way, and who you may turn to for inspiration, guidance, or erotic experiences. Affirmation. I am a force of flirtation. I am a force of seduction. I am the goddess of love and lust incarnate. That journal question, how are love and sexuality a guiding force for me? And how can I align this with my heart? Ooh, you know what that reminds me of? I was reading some more of Activate by Tamisha Burgess, if you're nasty. But, and one of the things that she was talking about was sexuality. And even just a little bit, because you really do have to get that book. You really do have to dive into it, because she really dives deep into femininity and mental disorders and even mental illness and what it all truly means, you know, in a spiritual lens. And she was talking about how sexuality, it's not just, you know, intercourse with yourself or with others, right? You can also channel it in other ways. And so that was really reminding me of this here. How are love and sexuality a guiding force for me? You know, and that also reminds me too, you know, how have you ever heard or have you ever felt like that feeling of getting turned on when you're like excited or creative? You're creating something and you just get turned on? Because it exists in so much more than just intercourse. It is your creativity. It's your embodiment. It's your self-expression. Right? And so allowing that to lead you right now in your life, in what you want to do next, in your next endeavor, in what you're choosing to do now, and how you're allowing life to make love to you. Right? This is so beautiful. Okay, yeah. And that's the cards that we have. So I'm going to go ahead and I want to see a last message for this. So beautiful. The Tower. Astrological correspondence Mars. Goddess. I may get this wrong. Ereshkigal? If I got it wrong, I'm going to look it up after, but please correct me as well. The Tower is one of the most intense cards of the tarot, and it often gets a bad rap. But the spiritual path isn't one where you avoid pain and suffering. This phallic goddess of destruction urges you into the shadowy depths to witness your truth, when pleasure and safety are ripped away. Who do you become when you're in the discomfort of the underworld? The Sumerian goddess Ereshkigal, the dark twin of the goddess of sex and war, Inanna, embodies these destructive and transformative aspects. In the oldest recorded myth in history, Inanna descends to the underworld to visit her twin for Ereshkigal's husband's funeral rites. Ereshkigal forces Inanna to strip and hang, if I'm repeating this, that would be so, terrible, and hangs her on a hook for 3 days and 3 nights. Then Ereshkigal initiates Inanna into humanness, into what it means to be mortal, into wholeness. The Tower represents the removal of false ego and false power. It can mean the falling and crumbling of old beliefs and attitudes, of destruction before creation. It is also the warrior goddess, the underworld journey, and the ego destruction that comes right before orgasm. It is a heartbreak that catalyzes the healing of old wounds and patterns. When this card appears, embrace your power and strength and work with the annihilation of orgasm and the release. That's what you've been through. Closing out this cycle was a major heartbreaking cycle for you. But it was exactly what caused this huge breakthrough. And I was seeing the unbreakable card in my head. In the What's the Tea deck, I was seeing the unbreakable card. Because that's exactly what we were talking about earlier. You know how to transmute that power. How to transmute that pain into power. And that's what this Tower was all about. Who did you become when your pleasure and your safety were ripped away? Because this was someone that was hell-bent on trying not to provide you a safe space. This was someone who was hell-bent on trying to take your pleasure away. So, who did you become? When all was said and done, when everything was ripped away from you, when things were falling, when things were being destructive, what did you become? Who did you become? And that is who you're walking in today. That's the identity you've become today. Someone who is unbreakable. Someone who knows how to use that destruction, how to utilize their shadows and work with them. Not just alchemize them, but work with them. Work with the shadows. Because both your light and your shadow are your power. So, I wanted to end it on there, but I have to admit I kind of want to get some last cards. So I'm just going to just get one. Just one. Ooh. Alrighty. Hell yeah. That's beautiful. Okay. We have recharge. I just wanted to see what was coming in for y'all. Recharge, mental rest, emotional recovery, taking a break, coming back stronger. We talked about this already. You're taking this time to recharge, to really learn what you need, what you want, and what your body needs and wants at this time, and allowing yourself to pour into that, pouring into all of you, because you're being poured into now by God, by Spirit, and by everyone that's about to come into your life. We have luxury life, comfortable wealth, indulgence, enjoying rewards because I deserve it. I know that's right. I know that's right. Status upgrade, new achievements, improved social standing, lifestyle elevation, next level. I told you they gonna have to watch you elevate. You gonna have to elevate publicly. Oh well. I mean, are we really mad? Are we mad? They might be, but are we mad? No, we're not. And retirement goals. long-term stability, future planning, relaxation, earn, living the dream. I'm just showing the luxury life again because look at that. Look at that divine feminine, divine masculine energy. Look at that. Just chilling. Just enjoying your life. Status upgrade. You got it. Got that new car. Okay. New career. New up level. New business. New goals. New soul tribe. New community. What's happening? What's up? What's happening? What's up? Hey. Yeah, I mean, you can't deny that. So I'm going to end it on that beautiful note here. Thank you so much for listening. If you love this energy, it was so much energy that just like we were moving through, flowing through, but that's the flow and ebb of life. So if you love this energy, I dive in even deeper into my Patreon. We're just getting started, but of course, transmissions are dropped as I feel them. There is no rush here. It's like I said, we are flowing. So if you're ready to join the Rosarium, you can go ahead and join. I'll drop that link in my pinned comments. And follow me on the socials if I have them linked. I was like, I don't even know if I have them linked, but I have socials too. I have an Instagram. But yes, and yeah. Just enjoy. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy that you're here. So happy to be blessed. I've seen the new followers, the new subscribers. I'm so blessed at that and so thankful. So thank you for coming in. I'm so happy that you're here and I hope you have a really good one.